Today's horoscope, Capricorn October 24th, 2024. Discover your future with my daily horoscope for you about love, work, health, money and compatibility with other signs. The Sun is now transiting your solar house, or it will transit until November 21st. This is a period for prioritizing the connections in your life. You have a stronger influence on friends and groups during this period, and this, in turn, boosts your mood or self-esteem. Being a team player will bring the best rewards in the weeks ahead. It's also a time to entertain new ideas, dreams, and plans. While the last month's cycle encouraged the formulation of career and practical goals, this cycle stirs a desire to think about happiness goals and plans. Today, you're in good shape to spread your wings, reach out, and make contact. One-on-one relationships or your feelings for someone can be refreshing and animated. Peer to the heavens and embrace their wisdom. By viewing each zodiac sign's planetary ruler, we can better understand the core characteristics of them. You are ruled by mighty Saturn, one of the most significant of all planets. While Saturn isn't known for its most romantic side, it does hold substantial ties to tradition, maturity, ambition, and long-term vision. This is why, when it comes to love and relationships, you so often hunger for excellent stability and security in them. You pursue love as something that should add to your life for the long haul, not just be a trivial fancy. You seek to be mature about your decisions no matter where your heart leads. Keep this in mind. Work might have to come first today. A loved one might be upset when the moon in Cancer will square Chiron retrograde in Aries and conjunct Mars in Cancer. You might have overextended yourself with personal obligations and professional responsibilities. When push comes to shove, you may need to focus on your professional duties before tackling anything in your personal life. A loved one, like a spouse or family member, might be upset that you have chosen work. Communicate why you need to focus on work to alleviate the tension in your personal life. It is obvious that all parents are so very fond of their children. It's having the opportunity to see the world through a child's eyes that pulls you out of your chair and onto the floor whenever you are around children. Getting on the floor may be harder and harder for your body, though. The first thing to think of when you aren't feeling your physical best is water. Are you drinking enough every day? This element of a healthy lifestyle cannot be overstressed. Some problems may be coming up in your professional life. You may be late in your undertakings or realizing a project. Today's vibrations will put some stumbling blocks in your path. So, you will have to be patient and not get upset. Jump over obstacles by being methodical. Don't strain yourself and get some air. Thanks to the moon's departure from your work sector yesterday, your instincts are sharp and you have an intuitive read on both job and career matters as the sun leaves your career sector today. This first visit since Jupiter turned retrograde and shifted his focus on job growth and expansion onto the ground already covered, came just as things are starting to wrap up on the job front. Meanwhile, as the sun returns to your sector of friendship, teamwork, and networking, it will not only be define Mercury, the planet of communication already here, but also planets from across the communication, social, and relationship front having already come together. It is just as the moon is making its last visit to your relationship sector before Mars leaves that a friendly aspect to Saturn, in retrograde motion in your communication sector, is adding to the support that is already building. Not only is Mercury, the planet of communication, also forming a friendly aspect to Saturn today, but Mars is drawing closer to another with Neptune on the communication front, with the moon helping to ensure you are emotionally engaged as the communication and relationship gods come together. Daily Planetary Overview. Today's celestial influences could stir up a bit of emotional turbulence, as the sensitive moon in Cancer forms a square with Chiron, the wounded healer, retrograde in fiery Aries. At the same time, the moon also creates a harmonious sextile with Uranus retrograde in steady Taurus, introducing a spark of unpredictability. What does all this mean? You may find something from your past unexpectedly resurfacing today, a memory, an unresolved situation, or even an encounter with someone you've been avoiding. It's the kind of moment that could trigger old emotions, leaving you feeling a bit shaken or vulnerable. Let's shift our focus to something else that's brewing in the stars today, a powerful square between the Sun in Libra and Pluto in Capricorn. This aspect can feel a little uncomfortable, almost as if the universe is pushing you to confront the bigger, more significant things in your life that you might have been putting off. Let's be real, we all have those tasks or issues we'd rather avoid. Whether it's that daunting work project, a heartfelt conversation you've been delaying with someone close to you, or even a simple, yet necessary, task like organizing your personal space to clear out the mental clutter, we all have something that we know needs our attention. But here's the good news, while this energy might feel a bit intense, it's also incredibly motivating. Think of it as the universe's way of saying, it's time to stop putting things off and start making real progress. You don't have to tackle everything at once. The key is to take that first step, no matter how small. Once you get started, you'll likely feel a sense of relief and accomplishment. Remember those times when you pushed through your procrastination and finally handled something important? That feeling of satisfaction and clarity awaits you again today. Now, I'd love for you to reflect on something. Have you been avoiding anything lately that's been weighing on your mind? Maybe it's something that feels a bit daunting, but deep down you know it's important. Share your thoughts in the comments below. What's been holding you back, and how do you plan to tackle it today? Let's support each other as we navigate this transformative energy together. And speaking of transformation, Uranus retrograde in Taurus adds an element of surprise to today's mix. You might experience an unexpected breakthrough or a sudden insight that helps you see things from a new perspective. Have you ever had one of those moments where everything suddenly made sense, even though you'd been struggling with the issue for a while? That's the kind of energy Uranus brings today, an electric, almost unpredictable force that can lead to positive change if you're open to it. In fact, this might be a great day to embrace the idea of change and flexibility. While the moon's square to Chiron stirs up old wounds, Uranus is here to remind you that healing doesn't always have to follow a predictable path. Sometimes the most profound growth happens when we least expect it, when we're open to new ideas, new ways of thinking, and new approaches to life's challenges. So, if something unexpected pops up today, whether it's an opportunity or a revelation, embrace it. It could be just what you need to propel yourself forward. As the day unfolds, take a moment to consider how these energies are playing out in your own life. Are there emotional triggers or past situations coming to the surface? Are you feeling called to face something you've been avoiding? And most importantly, are you ready to react differently this time? Today is a chance to do things differently, to heal old wounds, and to make meaningful progress in areas where you felt stuck. Remember, the universe is always working in your favor, even when it presents challenges. Today's energy might feel a bit intense, but it's here to help you grow stronger, more self-aware, and more aligned with your true path. So embrace the emotional turbulence, lean into those tough conversations, and trust that by the end of the day, you'll be one step closer to the empowered, authentic version of yourself. Now, I want to hear from you. What's been coming up for you emotionally lately? Have you noticed any old patterns or situations resurfacing that need your attention? How are you planning to face them in a new way today? Let's talk about it in the comments, and support each other on this journey of growth and healing. Together, we can turn today's challenges into powerful moments of transformation.